Hi, my name is Chuck Snow. I'm with NT2 Technologies, and we're here today to talk about one of the MDU boxes that we have available, and we're going to talk about the installation process and some of the best practices for safety as you do this installation. Be sure and follow your individual company safety practices in regards to tying off and securing and keeping yourself and the equipment safe. All right, we're going to talk about the box today. We do have a torsion-assisted lid that will make it much easier and hold that box open while you're suspended in the air and you're doing your installation process. There will be a multi-step process that we go through. This will be the back plane that we're going to show this being mounted on the side of the building. We will be doing this in a two-person operation, lifting up this apparatus to mount it on the side of the building as well as the box. Again, always make sure that you maintain that 3-point of contact according with your individual company standards. This does have a proprietary key lock system to it. We will be putting the back plane up on top of the wall first. We'll be lifting that up by a secondary source. We'll be using a lifting system and a pulley system. That is certainly up to you as far as how you decide to do that. This is a recommendation only. Then after we get the back plane mounted and we get that secured, then we'll be going ahead and lifting up the outer shell of the box itself, and we'll be securing that as well. The next step that we want to go through is kind of show you a little bit of example of the different safety products that we feel would be best to utilize in this particular aspect. All of this is based around one anchor point. Please make sure that when you put that anchor point into the side of the building or whatever it is that you're going to be attaching to, that it is approved by your company safety standards and that it is securely fastened, because we will be tying off the ladder to that safety point, we will be tying ourselves off to that safety point, and we will be tying off the pulley system to that safety point. So you want to make sure that that is good and solid and secured into the side of the building. All right, we're going to step over to the table now and we're going to review some of the safety operations and some of the safety tools that we're going to be talking about and utilizing throughout this video. Again, be sure and refer back to your own individual safety standards and your safety committee. Everything is going to be based off of one anchor point. We want to make sure that that anchor point is good and secured and that it is rated enough for the fall and for the poundage that we're going to be attaching to it. We're going to be anchoring the ladder, we're going to be anchoring ourselves, and we're going to be anchoring the pulley system off to that one individual anchor point. The first device we're going to be looking at, and everything is going to be based on, is going to be our anchor point. We already have our anchor point in the wall itself. We're going to be using this carabiner. This is a man-rated carabiner, so we're going to be using this as our main connection to the anchoring point. The next device we're going to be using is simply a rigging plate. You can use whatever style of rigging plate best suits your application and best qualifies for your particular company. The next device that we're going to be anchoring off of our anchor plate, our rigging plate, is going to be our ladder connection. We will put this over the top rung of the ladder to secure the ladder to the anchor point so it should not fall away from the building. The second piece of equipment we'll be attaching to that anchor point is going to be a self-retracting lifeline. You can also use a standard zip pack lanyard should your company approve that. The next device we'll be talking about will be a safety harness. There are multiple safety harnesses that are available to you. This particular one happens to have a bosun seat to it. It is entirely up to you what you use for a safety harness. You do want to use a harness as opposed to a line belt so that you can secure yourself through the use of a lanyard. Make sure that you use the approved points. Make sure that your safety harness is in good shape. The last device that we're going to be using is just simply a tool belt. You will need to haul up several nuts with you and your hand tools to attach the nuts to the back plane after we lift that back plane up and secure it to the wall. So at this point we'll go ahead and get ready to lift up the back plane and secure that to our point. This will be a two-person operation. All right, this is the template that we've made. We've gone ahead and fastened a level on there, make it easier for us to identify where our holes and anchors need to be drilled. All right, we've got our back plane in place. We're ready to go ahead and bring up the cabinet. You may find it necessary in your particular work environment. You may need to switch the ladder to the other side. That is entirely up to you and what your safety practices are and what your individual work environment is. So Jeff, if you want to go ahead and bring that up to me, we'll get that mounted up here. Be sure and work with your partner. Let them know what they need to do to get it up. Okay, right there, Jeff. All right, we're over the latch. We're going to open up the door. We're going to put a couple of bolts in there to hold it in place while Jeff continues to have pressure against the rope to hold that device in place so nothing bad happens, nobody gets hurt. Making sure that we're always in constant contact with the ladder, making sure we're in a safe working environment. Position yourself where you need to be so that you're not overstretching. Simply repeat the process for all of the bolts necessary to hold the cabinet against the back plane. When you're all done, close the cabinet. Tell your partner to release the slack on the rope. We now have our pulley system loose, and we have a fully installed cabinet. Well, thank you for taking time today and view our installation video in regards to the NetTech Technologies MDU cabinetry and the proper mounting installation practices. We can customize this particular MDU box to meet your needs in regards to the amount of fiber termination points that need to be in it. This is a constantly evolving product, and our next generation will have lifting devices built right into the cabinetry. We talked a lot about safety gear today. Make sure that you do use safety gear. Make sure that you use it in accordance with your particular company's safety practices. Keep yourself safe at all times. Reach out to your NetTech Technologies representative in regards to the pricing, the customization of the box, and any of the safety devices that you have seen used in this particular presentation. We thank you for your time and be safe in your jobs.